Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure. And this is my perspective. So the post that you're seeing there is no video today, but the post that you're seeing is basically encapsulates what we've been talking about this week. The purpose of Black men in the eyes of hyenas, basically in the eyes of modern women. And it's actually been this way for quite some time. If you can read it, it says, I want to marry a man that loves to cater to me. Like his sole purpose in life is to make my life easier. That's what I deserve. And then somebody said, what about him? And then it was like questions. So it's not a whole lot that this didn't say. If you're confused about this post, I don't really know what to tell you. If you think it's a one-off, all you got to do is go to the comments. Why can't she voice what she wants without it being what about him? She never says she doesn't reciprocate. She just stated what she wants. This wasn't about him. Maybe she'll talk about what she's going to do for him tomorrow or another day. Y'all kill me. You know, this is not the truth, but they'll get on here and gaslight everybody that this type of woman would ever think about reciprocation. Because when does a master reciprocate to the slave? When does the master do anything for the slave that the slave does for the master? The slave is there to serve, period. The master owes nothing, and the master is going to do nothing. The slave ought to be thankful that the master is even allowing the servitude to take place in the first place. So when you think of it like that, which is exactly what it is, because she said sole purpose in life to make my life easier, i.e. servant, i.e. slave, right? And then if he wants some type of reciprocity, Black men these days want to be courted and chased like princesses. See what I'm saying? Why do comments like these bother people so much? It's what she wants, her desire, not yours. If it's not yours, why does it trigger you to anger or defensiveness? Don't like it, move on. So she wants him to work at his job and work at home 24/7, huh? When can he get rest or get peace? Right? So we can see, and I was just scrolling through the comments just so you can understand that this is not a one-off. This is the mindset that these women are dealing with. This is what is being worked with. And then we want to talk about, why don't the men want to get married? Married to what? Why? Why get into a position where you're going to be seen as a servant and nothing more? Where you're going to be seen as the slave and nothing more? Where you're going to be seen as the beast of burden and nothing more? Because catering to her, let's think about what that means. That doesn't just mean physical things. That doesn't even just mean financial things. That means do all of the physical work in the relationship, do all of the providing, do all of the problem solving, do all of everything that she asks, and then also take on all of the emotional load of the relationship. She does not want to take any part of the relationship. She does not want to be responsible for any portion of the relationship at all. They do this, and let me tell you something. They talk about things like this, and they put all the onus on the man to carry the relationship, and they hide it behind, well, he's supposed to be the leader, he's supposed to be leading the relationship. Anyways, what they're really trying to say is, I don't want to be responsible at all within the relationship. So if it fails, then you can't point at me because I wasn't doing anything. And if it succeeds, you got to point at me because I didn't do anything. Right? I didn't do anything to stop it from succeeding, right? But you also didn't do anything to make sure that it succeeded. So this is what these women are. They think that they're slick, and really it's a pathetic, sad kind of thing. Because why would you want somebody in a relationship? And let's just be honest. If they happen upon such a man that makes their life easy and that caters to them the way that they say that they want, they immediately cheat on that guy. And they immediately cheat, and they immediately say that they're not attracted to him because he doesn't put his foot down. They're not attracted to him because he doesn't stand his ground. They're not attracted to him because he doesn't assert himself, and therefore he's not masculine, and therefore they can't submit to a man that is not masculine, that doesn't turn them on because he's too much of a pushover. He's doing everything I want, no matter how ridiculous it is, and I'm consistently pushing the envelope on what I want him to do, and he is consistently conceding to that, which makes him weaker and weaker in my eyes every time he concedes. This is the part that they don't like to say, but every once in a while you'll catch them saying it though. They'll admit that they'll ask for this guy out loud, but then they can't stand this guy. They cannot stand this guy. The guy that may happen to do even half of this. She don't like him. She don't like him. Even if she liked him at first, right? As soon as he starts bending over backwards and never setting any boundaries, because this is what is being asked for. I want a relationship that doesn't have any boundaries for me. I can create boundaries for him. It's a whole list of stuff that he can and cannot do while in relationship with me. But he cannot create any boundaries, because if my life's going to be easier, it's got to be easier by him letting me do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, however I want to do it, and he can't say a word. That is enslavement. That is servitude. This is the very position that they claim that they're afraid to get into with a man that actually does set boundaries. Oh, he's going to want me to serve. Oh, he's going to want me to be a slave. This is what you want. And so this is why that's projection. I don't want to be controlled, and I don't want, a guy to make me into a slave. That's because in their minds, they're supposed to be in that position. They're supposed to be the slave masters. You do what she says. Because I know you didn't call yourself put your foot down. Last time Kunta Kinte put his foot down, they chopped it. Did they not? Right? So I know full and well you don't have any boundaries for her. I know full and well you're not requiring something of her in a relationship aside from that stupid aesthetic that they like to have. I know you're not requiring anything of her. You're not requiring emotional maturity. You're not requiring somebody that's not toxic and childish and immature in their thinking. I know that you're not requiring that, correct? This is what they mean. This is what they're talking about. A black man's purpose is to serve. So all that talk that they do about he's got to be a leader, and I want him to do this, and I want him to have these kind of qualities. No, they don't. That is just something to say because it sounds good. It sounds as if that is what a woman is supposed to say that she wants. But that is not what these hyenas want. They want male hyenas. They want hyenas. because the matriarch always steps over the male. The only problem with that is they want him because of control reasons. They don't like him because he's not masculine. But let that be the hyena's problem. That is not a lion's problem to solve. That's not even a lioness's problem to address. They put themselves in that conundrum. When they chose to be hyenas, they wanted to be hyenas. They wanted to live in that life where they didn't have any boundaries. No man could tell them anything and yada, 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 yada. They didn't want to grow up. They didn't want to mature. They didn't want to come out of that toxic mindset of relationships. Fine. Then you have to deal with a hyena. Let that be the whole of the law. Like, boom. Nobody's catering to that. Let them be and live in the conundrum that they created. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.